there. Just wanted to say thank you so much for all of the feedback that we received from our last video. We got a lot of great questions, and one of the main questions that kept coming up is about the big B word. As we know, the home pricing has had consistent growth over the last 6 years. A lot of people are concerned about that rapid growth because, as we know, about 8 years ago, we had the bottom just fall out after all that consistent growth. So that, kind of makes it look a little bit like it did last time. What's actually interesting too is that the inventory is half of what is considered to be normal, and that creates a really favorable environment for sellers. And if a seller were to put their home on the market today, we could expect that it could sell pretty quickly and for top dollar. So, Kelly, what do you think about that?
Well, and then this creates challenges for buyers because since homes are selling at or above the list price, buyers are having to come in and offer, over the asking price. They have to be ready to move right away. And then as a result, it's continuing to drive the prices up. So then this current trend is concerning from a affordability and a sustainability standpoint.
So does that mean that we should be like rebalancing our portfolios, towards like canned food and, impending doom and like all of those things?
Oh, shotgun shells?
Yeah, shotgun shells.
Well, no, there are actually a few encouraging points that differentiate this increase in the market versus the increase that we had back in 2006. So, now the interest rates are relatively low and they're keeping the payments more affordable than with the higher interest rates back in 2006. And then loan underwriting standards are much more stringent than they were back then. And then the types of loans that are available that buyers are electing to use, we're seeing fixed interest rate loans versus back in 2006, a lot of people went with a variable rate loan, which then created problems as the interest rates increased. So, Lisa, what do you think could be some of the tipping points?
I think really one of the major tipping points would be the stock market. Since we're not really seeing that there's going to be much of an adjustment here in California, really it's going to be exterior pressure that's going to do that. So if we were to see something like the stock market have a correction, then that could actually be really a bigger variable as far as tipping points are concerned. One of the really cool things that we have that we want to offer you, we've got this really great report called The B Word, actually, and it's California in a Bubble. It has a lot more information here. We'd like to offer that to you, at no charge. All you have to do is email us or give us a call and let us know that you would like to read this report to see where we're getting this information and how it could potentially affect you.
And, another significant point that's more relevant to us in the Sacramento area is that the areas that are really overvalued, like the Bay Area and Orange County, if we were to have a decline in value of the market, those would be the areas that would be hardest hit, not so much us up in Sacramento. So really, what does this mean? If you're a buyer in this market, what does it mean for you?
Well, really what I think it means for us is that we really need to be looking about what is our motivation when we're buying. Are we looking to buy an investment property that we're looking to flip and just pull some money out of really quickly? Or are we looking at more of a long-term investment, something that our family is going to live in for many, many years? As we know, when we had the market adjustment about 8 years ago, a lot of the values have come back up to that point. So, realistically, if you were able to buy and hold for a while, you really didn't lose anything. So those are some of the things. And then another question that has come up with people when we're talking about inventory is the sellers are saying, so as a seller, if I have no place to go, what am I going to do about that? What do you think about that?
Well, just speaking for, from my own personal experience, like if we're going to wait for ideal conditions, we're going to miss out because those ideal conditions are never going to come. So I sold my home in Davis a few years ago and did it at a time when inventory up in this area was low. So I sold my house, and ideally I just wanted to move once, but that's not really the way it worked out. So I ended up putting all my stuff in storage and then renting an apartment for 6 months, and then I purchased up in this area. But really, looking back at it, I was able to purge everything when I moved my stuff into storage. So I downsized the amount of stuff I had. Then I got to just kind of relax in the renting process. Like if I had a light bulb go out, I could call the front desk. I didn't have to worry about the headaches of being a homeowner. And then when I found a place to buy, I could take my time moving in and unpacking and still sorting through more stuff. So, you know, if you think about getting your house ready to put on the market, then purchasing another house at the same time, packing all your stuff, downsizing your home, depending on how many years you've been there, that's a lot of work and a lot of stress. So for me, looking back at, you know, stretching that out over a longer period of time, I think it kept my stress levels a lot lower. So I think we just have to look at the big picture. That was such a small portion of time in my life, and it was well worth it. So, you know, think outside the box.
Yeah, and I also wonder about the point of the pressure that a seller would feel about finding the perfect property, or maybe being afraid that they're just purchasing something because it's what's in front of them right now, and they have to hurry up and make a move, as opposed to being able to take the time and actually purchase more of what they actually really want and what they're really looking for. So I think that maybe having the opportunity to do it somewhat the way that Kelly is suggesting, that could actually be better in the long run, because then you are actually making good decisions, not based upon fear, but based upon what your actually wants and needs are. So anyways, if you guys want this report, it's been really, really helpful to us, and we want to share the information with you because we want you to be educated about what's going on in our real estate market. This has definitely been a year of transition as we're heading into this springtime, and we want to help you stay on top of that. So yeah, thanks so much.
Thank you.
Hope you have a great day.